What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Martin, aka Level here, back today with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back today with a Bora video. Respect your seniors, mock your juniors, BTS lesson on respect. First of all, I gotta give a quick shout out to the homegirl Bora and Bora sis. Because I love the live streams. I tune in every single Friday for like the past like 4 weeks probably. Although I will say though that 2 weeks ago, I was in the live stream and I had to leave a little bit early, and I didn't notice this clip until it was a subscriber of mine who pointed it out to me. So I have to give a shout out to you as well. But yeah, Bora mentioned me and had some really nice things to say. So I'm going to play both clips here and we'll talk about it afterwards. So enjoy.
Someone said I like LV Loop. I don't know how to pronounce their channel. But yeah, they reacted to some of my videos and they seem like they genuinely, I just don't understand. Like that channel, let me look. That channel has 6,000 subscribers and they are so like genuine. You know? Like if they like a song, they like a song. If they don't like a song, they have so much respect for BTS. They have said many times how BTS changed their lives. They're so genuine and honest with everything. Their journey with BTS is honest, is real. 6,000 subscribers. Meanwhile, these other guys who are basically saying nothing,
Yeah.
being fake, 100,000, and their videos get so many views. I just don't understand. Hi, LV. I know now that it's level up. I embarrassed myself last week. Nice. LV Loop. I didn't know how to pronounce your name. Level up. I like your videos. I've seen a couple and they're very, very cool. Martin. I cannot pronounce that name in English. Martin. LV. Yes, I said LV. I didn't know it was supposed to be level up. I don't know why. I don't know.
First of all, let me say that LV Loop is absolutely hilarious. I never thought, I don't know why. Like she said that it was difficult for her, or she didn't know how to exactly say the name. I didn't think it'd be difficult. I'm not picking on her. I'm not teasing her. It's just, I can't even lie. Like, I wanted to do at first Level and then UP, level up. But I thought when I was making my name that wasn't cool. So I was like, let me be different. Let me change it up. And I just did LVL UP. So, and it ended up working out. So I thought it was extremely hilarious when she mentioned the fact that she thought it was LV Loop. The second thing I got to mention is Bora has seen I don't even care if it was more than one. The fact that Bora has seen one of my videos, that's wild. And she actually had some cool things to say. Like, that is so freaking awesome. First Shiki, now Bora. Wow. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. And again, to get such, to get a compliment like that from probably the biggest in the game when it comes to BTS. I mean, she is a highly credited source, very respected in the industry of K-pop, and especially when it comes to BTS. Yeah, Bora, you're an inspiration. So that's wild. So thank you. And it makes me smile because, again, to see that I don't have the most subscribers, the reason this channel has had any success that it has allows me to continue. The reason for doing it and enjoying it with so much happiness and just excitement every single day I turn on the camera is because of the Level Up family. So we maybe don't have the biggest family when it comes to subscribers out there, but to be complimented like that by somebody like Bora is absolutely insane. So again, Bora, thank you. I just want to say, thank you. I enjoy the live streams every single Friday. If you happen to be watching this video, I appreciate your kind words. They really mean a lot. They really mean a lot. And I've actually wanted, like, it's one thing to talk to you in a live stream, but I've always wanted to speak with you because you and the external noises that your sister be making sometimes and the comments and stuff she be making make me, I just be laughing so damn hard. But you both are so intelligent and so passionate as well. I would love to just one day speak with you. I mean, I don't know if we could ever make that happen, but your knowledge of BTS and you know, everything that surrounds BTS, the knowledge that I could obtain from you and learn from you is absolutely, you know, would be absolutely amazing. So again, I just want to say thank you, Bora, for the kind words. It really does mean a lot. And you are the inspiration behind this video. Thank you again, Bora. Thank you to everybody for the love and support. Because I did see a few comments that Bora had mentioned me. And ironically, it was weird that I had left the live when she had done it because it was at the very end. And then the other time when I was acknowledging with her, it was at the very beginning. So I, again, thought that was really cool. But let's not waste more time. This is a super long intro, so I do apologize for that, but I got to give a shout out to Bora. I got to give a shout out to Bora and the Level Up family as well. So again, let's not waste more time. Let's get right into it. Respect your seniors, mock your juniors, BTS lesson on respect. So let's not waste more time. Let's get right into it. If you guys could please hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. Without any further ado, let's get into the video.
In one of the latest episodes of Run Jin, Jin of BTS had 4 famous guests, a singer and 3 comedians. As comedians do, the first thing they do when they enter the room is joke about being there with ulterior motives. They each want to promote something. But this is no problem, a lot of guests do this.
Yeah.
What has really started a lot of conversations within the BTS fandom is the reason why one of these comedians accepted the invitation.
진이하고 약간 사연이 좀 있는 게 셰프님 집에서 우리가 맛있는 거 먹으면서 얘기하다가 나한테 섭섭함을 한번 토론한 적이 있어.
제가요? 제가요?
기대가 있어야 섭섭한 거 아니에요?
그러니까 나도 BTS가 나한테 섭섭한 거.
너무 부럽다.
나 너무 궁금해. 뭐지?
예전에 뭐 어떤 방송에서
네.
나한테 인사를 했는데 내가 인사를 잘 안 받아서.
전혀 기억은 안 나는데 너무 하신 거 아니에요? 너무 한 거지, 너무 한 거.
야, 너
그래서
너무
내가-
내가 다 섭섭하다.
너무
그래서
섭섭하다.
다리에 힘 풀린 주저앉았잖아. 내가 너에게 그건 아니지. 그건 아니지. 근데 중요한 건 그것도 풀 겸. 바로 달려.
좋습니다.
This seems like it's not that big of a deal. This comedian is jokingly apologizing about a past awkward situation, and Jin is joking about it as well. This incident is so insignificant to Jin that he cannot even remember what happened,
Oh, okay.
and he had no problem inviting this comedian to his show. So why is this moment being debated by fans? The answer is a little more complicated than it seems. So please let me finish the full idea.
Okay.
As BTS started growing in popularity, it only became more and more evident how truly extreme, normalized, and damaging power dynamics can be in the South Korean entertainment industry. Most K-pop fans are aware of the importance of respecting your seniors or 선배님s that exists not just in K-pop but in South Korea.
Yes.
It's a cultural thing. It's in their language. It's in all their interactions. Most K-pop fans also know the power that the big 3 K-pop labels have. So we know that the ones with power because of age, popularity, or seniority deserve respect. Junior groups should bow down to their seniors and not lazily, or there can be a scandal. Now, none of this is being praised or criticized by fans. What is actually being talked about now is how this dynamic is perceived by the juniors, especially the juniors with no company seniors or any kind of power. Because BTS started with no popularity, seniority, money, or power, they were expected to accept humiliation by their seniors, to not complain about it, and to show respect either way.
Which is
Of course,
bullcrap.
BTS were not the only group to receive this kind of treatment, but they are the only ones who were able to completely flip the dynamic and expose it fully. BTS became the biggest group not just in K-pop but in the world. So now,
Yep.
the seniors who humiliated them publicly or privately a decade ago seem forced to apologize. This creates a complicated and sometimes emotional layer to this very simple clip. In the world, simple clip.
Okay, so I let her finish there. I wanted, you know, to hear what she kind of had to say. You guys will have to let me know how you feel about this whole situation. Based off of what I saw and what I heard, I got to say this comedian was in the wrong. And let me explain why. Number one, they're grown men. This conversation, in my opinion, should have happened behind closed doors privately. It does not look good for him to do this in the middle of Jin's recording of his episode so that he can acknowledge to everybody. It's like he's trying to look like the good guy here. And he wants to clear the air, as he said, to defend his case and not look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, for some people, I could definitely see it his way as well. And some people might be like, well, Martin, I don't think he really meant it like that, or I don't see the bad part of it. I see why he did it. Yeah, I can too. It's just the execution aspect of it. How he went about doing it and apologizing was wrong, in my opinion. I'm not saying what he did was completely wrong, but I'm not saying it's right either. I'm like 60% leaning towards, yeah, bro, I just wouldn't have done this. And 40% towards, I see why you did it, but the execution was wrong. Do I think you should have apologized if you want to? I don't think Jin could care less. Jin didn't even remember. And Jin not remembering, it obviously, like, it may have hurt his feelings and stuff like that back in the day, but he either forgave you, or the fact that he didn't remember, he invited you onto his show. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, if he had some harsh feelings toward you, or you did enough to hurt his feelings, or you were just the most flat out disrespectful, he wouldn't have invited you. He invited you onto the episode. That says enough. Now, what should have happened is homie over here, the comedian dude, this is how I would have handled it. The moment I got the offer, I would have accepted, right? Two things would have happened here. Number one, I either would have, when I got here to the episode, I would have pushed Jin quietly to the side. I'd be like, hey man, can we talk? And I would have apologized to him privately. This isn't something that needed to be out in the open for millions to see. He didn't need to clear the air for anybody. And the only reason I see him wanting to clear the air is to tell people, because remember, there's always two sides to every story. And everyone's innocent till proven guilty. If people know that he was, back in the day, he had disrespected Jin like that when Jin tried to approach him and stuff like that, he may have gotten a lot of backlash and may still be getting backlash to this day because of that one action that he did. Especially if he didn't respect Jin and BTS back in the day when they were a lot younger. And now he looks like a fool. Maybe he was talking bad about him. Now he looks like a fool now that they're the most successful K-pop group in the world. He may have gotten a lot of backlash for that. And he may still be getting it to this day. It doesn't look good for him to try to defend himself and clear the air on and in the middle of an episode. I would have pulled Jin to the side and been like, look, Jin, I apologize. Jin probably would have told him then, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I don't remember that. And as the comedian dude, I probably would have been like, I know, but I feel the need that I have to apologize because it just isn't sitting well with me. I used to, I flat out disrespected you. I didn't like that. And, I always said that if I ever got to see you again, I would apologize, yada, yada, yada. Or he either apologizes in person, privately, or two, there's a phone call that's made, or he tries to get a hold of Jin somehow before appearing onto the show to tell him, are you sure you want me to come on? I feel like I disrespected you. I owe you an apology. And if, I just don't want there to be any harsh feelings before I come on to the show. The fact that he came on to the show and announced it in the middle of the episode, knowing it was going to be aired to millions all over the world, in my opinion, it just doesn't sit right with me. And for most people, they may be like I said, most people might be like, Martin, it's not that big of a deal. I could see why he did it. I could see why you would think that, Martin, I could see both ways. Or some people might be like, yeah, he didn't need to do that. Or some people might be full the other way and been like, it's not a big deal. He apologized. I think that was big of him. So I can see it both ways. I just think the execution of how he chose to do it, I just personally wouldn't have done. I would have done this privately. I don't need to do it in front of this dude in the red shirt, the dude in the camouflage jacket, and the other girl. I don't need to do it in front of them. This is a discussion that I'd like to have with Jin privately. Right? And that's one of the only reasons I could see him doing it out in the open for everybody, is to be like, hey, I'm not the bad guy. Remember, I'm not the bad guy. I'm the good guy here. And if he's gotten backlash over the years, or if he's gotten, negative comments and maybe things like that for disrespecting Jin and BTS back in the day, I could see him wanting to clear the air to make himself look like the good guy. I don't know. All I know is these boys are the sweetest boys in the world. Why seniors back in the day would mistreat them so horribly and just expect them to just take it. That's what? Over the years, because of Bora and you guys on the channel and everybody else in every other video I've watched, the amount of flat out disrespect that BTS had over the years, honestly, they should have been slapping everybody, but they're better than that. They're not. I just hate the fact that they always have to be the bigger person, because first of all, they don't even deserve to be disrespected as much as they are. They deserve the world, all the love and kindness that they show to every single person. And it's stupid that in return, they're getting just flat out disrespect, even from comedians. I mean, the disrespect, like, people just feel like they could mistreat them or join the party because it was a trend for others to mistreat them, and just felt like, yeah, we're going to get on BTS. We don't want them to, like, the amount of hate, bro, that just keeps getting unrevealed as more of my journey continues. It hurts my heart. It's like it's like you were kicking 7 puppies. Who would do that? People were doing it. They were the most sweetest, loving, beautiful creatures, the most amazing human beings. And people wanted to hate on them. People were hating them. Flat out disrespect. And I can't believe it. And just expecting them to just take it, because oh, I'm getting myself worked up. I'm talking too much. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back into it. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below how you feel towards this issue. What do you feel about the apology? Do you agree with me? Do you find it okay that he did this? How would you have handled the situation?
Simple clip. Like I've mentioned, K-pop fans know about the ways in which seniors should be treated because seniors call juniors out when they don't do it. But how did the seniors treat the juniors back? In the case of BTS, the response they got when they first started was literally nothing. As artists with no power or fame, they were not approached by anyone around them. In their book Beyond the Story, BTS explains that they were given no attention at the award shows. They were dwarfed by countless established artists who were already beloved by the public. And because BTS was the only group from Big Hit Entertainment to attend, they did not have older colleagues from the company to introduce them to other artists.
Wow.
No one spoke to them, and they could not approach anyone. All they could do was attend the award shows, step onto the stage to give brief comments and thanks, and return straight to the dormitory.
Do you know how I'm not saying that Bora specifically. I know it's a different culture, and I have to remind myself over there, but I'm going to say something, and I'm not referring this to Bora. I'm referring to the situation she was just discussing. Do you know how stupid that sounds? You know how awkward that is to show up and not say hi to anybody? It's like they came up and they were just told, sit down and sit right there and don't move. Like, what? They were really treated like dogs. Like, what the hell, bro? Like, I can't even lie. The culture's different over there, but I've always been somebody who just kind of moved my own way. Like, I'm not a follower. I don't really consider myself, I try to have leadership qualities, but I don't consider myself a leader. Not yet. I'm still building my character and making myself a better person like I need to be. But I've always been somebody who kind of just did his own thing. If I was any other member of any other group and I saw BTS there, first of all, I don't know how you don't respect them with the message, the energy, the ambition that they have to want to be successful without disrespecting anybody. Why you wouldn't be like, hey, yo, what's up, BTS? How's it going, man? Y'all doing good? Y'all doing okay? How hard is it just to say, hi? It's a different culture. I know. But to just expect to show up and not be introduced or say hi? Even if you acknowledged another group and you're like, man, that's so-and-so over there. And they're doing a great job. I want to go over there and congratulate them on their win or whatever. You can't even do it. You can't even do it. That just sounds ridiculous to me. Again, I know it's a different culture, but it doesn't make sense.
First two BTS albums had low sales that kept increasing little by little. These albums also got good audience reception. But of course, none of these matters to the industry or to other K-pop groups who were light years above them. BTS explained that this indifference by the industry didn't stop them. Let's remember that this treatment was mostly behind the scenes. We didn't know this was going on. So BTS simply stayed silent and continued fighting. What truly shocked them was their first public humiliation. RM and Suga started their musical careers as underground rappers.
Right.
And in some ways, they left this world to join BTS in the K-pop idol industry.
Thank God they
This was not
did.
the easiest route to success though, because BTS's journey in the K-pop industry was so difficult. They lacked the resources and opportunities others had in the industry. And in many ways, they could have suffered less in the industry as independent artists or producers. But
Which makes their success even better than, I'm sorry, I have to say it, because of the limited resources that they had, that means that their success has more of an impact and means more than anybody else who was given every opportunity and every useful resource in the industry to utilize for themselves. Like it just makes RM and Suga's impact and their level of success mean something more than anybody else in the K-pop industry.
this risky
Because they
decision
took the
and
harder route.
struggle didn't matter to their former friends from the rap scene. To them, BTS were just like the privileged idols from the big three, and they had to be called out.
Which is crazy.
Ironically, BTS was not invited to many TV shows. So one of their first interviews was at a hip-hop podcast. This was the moment when RM and Suga were publicly insulted.
I have to watch this interview. Again, I ask all the time and I can't remember if I've actually gotten the link to it. I might have, but I need to watch this interview, this whole interview. This has got to be all taped. I need to watch it.
They were accused of being sellouts, wearing makeup, performing as girls, and so much more.
방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때
네.
분장을
아유,
한다는
화장.
어떤 메이크업을 하는 거에 대한
네.
어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데
그런 게 아니라
여자.
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
네?
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
유리한 머리를 오가면서 그러면서 곡을 써서 파는데 불구하고
그러면 지금은 약간 임시로 돈을 벌어서
아니요 그런 뜻은 아니죠. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었어요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었다. 뭘로? 제가 당시요
미움도 없고 아무것도 없고 뭔가 그냥 같이 같은 길을 갈 수 있었던 사람들인데 뭔가 그걸 그 유혹을 못 이기고 같이 뭔가
Now okay, you guys were on the same path as us, but you couldn't win over that temptation. Now, okay, let's compare your accolades to theirs now. Let's get every rapper who feels the same way as y'all, put all their accolades together, and let's compare it to just, not RM and Suga. Let's just compare it to one of them. Let's just do Suga. How many sales do y'all have together combined against his? How many album sales do you have? How many concert tickets have you sold over the years compared to him alone? I'll wait. There's, oh God, the flat out disrespect. And to do this, man, and I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting pissed off. They don't deserve this, dude. They don't freaking deserve this crap. This is BS, and we all know it. Oh my God. You know what's crazy? As much as they're pissing me off, I don't care if they ever apologized or didn't apologize for their... I hope they have peace in their lives right now. I still wish them well. Because that's what BTS has taught me to do is choose and pick your own battles. And to always be kind. And to never wish bad upon anybody. That was the old me would have. I'm getting pissed. Like I'm really trying to hold my anger in. The fact that you could say this. And they probably look up to these dudes. They want to be. At this point, RM and Suga are finding their own way still. They look up to rappers like this, man. They look to them for guidance and stuff. And imagine looking to one of these three or all three of them or whoever. Imagine looking up to these dudes and be like, man, like I've always wanted to sit down and have a conversation with you. Like I got questions like that I hope you can answer for me, man. I just need some guidance. And then they hit you with they just slap you in the face with the disrespect. I can't imagine at this moment how crushed and embarrassed Suga and RM are. And man, like, they probably want to say a whole bunch of other stuff, but they always find a way to respond with the right thing to say and take the high road, still defending themselves, but doing it in a more appropriate manner, as opposed to how Martin probably would have reacted back in the day.
All of this, of course, was excused and celebrated because this is how hip-hop is. And teenagers Suga and RM were ready to respond with songs directed at everyone who insulted them, including this rapper 10 years older than them. RM said, "Taking an insult like that to our faces and from someone in the same industry. That was when I learned how to respond when you're walking down the street and you get slapped in the face out of nowhere."
Exactly.
Another irony is that a TV show finally reached out to RM and BTS, and it was to talk about this incident, which they accepted, by the way. Now, what intrigues me is once again, who are always the targets? There are many rappers in K-pop, and there are many underground rappers who become K-pop idols. But the ones who were called out were the easy targets, the unknown juniors, the nobodies. There is an underground rapper who in 2014 made a popular song dissing many K-pop rappers, although he became a big 3 K-pop idol himself just the next year. But that's besides the point. The interesting thing about this is that the K-pop rappers he dissed were always from small labels, never the big 3, his real competition. So
again, that's interesting because he ain't a real rapper in my opinion. Then I don't care. Like I'm just being honest. I don't even know. It's like a bully picking on helpless kids that can't defend themselves and know that they can't fight back. It's like a 10th grader picking on a 5th grader. Like pick on someone your own size. This is why, you know, I don't know, again, what the rap culture is like over there. Because of RM, Suga, and J-Hope, I am learning a bit of what it's like to, you know, for Korean hip hop and rappers. I don't like to, I know that they're like, you know, they're K-pop stars or they're, I'm more so just, I don't like the fact to distinguish them differently. I know that they do that or others will do that. To me, they're just rappers. I put them in categories with like Eminem, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Drake. I put them with category. I have rappers in my mind and they're in that category. They just happen to be rappers from Korea. Like Drake is from Canada, Kendrick Lamar is from Compton, California, and Eminem is from Detroit, right? They just happen to be from, but they're rappers to me. I don't like to distinguish them differently, because then we start to have that division. They deserve to be in conversations with them just as much as anybody else does. I hate that separation. I've always have, but in a way I get it. And at the same time, I just don't. To me, he has that kind of Drake energy that Drake had going into the battle with Kendrick Lamar. Drake didn't see Kendrick on his level. And ultimately, if you kept up with any of that, we could probably all admit Kendrick won the battle. He did. He won the beef. But that's because he was going against somebody that was easily in his competition, which was the big 3. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake. Those are the 3 biggest rappers, best lyricists, whatever, I don't care, in the world. It's them 3. It'd be like when Drake went against Meek Mill and Drake absolutely obliterated Meek Mill. Meek Mill wasn't a top rapper. He wasn't on Drake's level. So the fact that this dude had that kind of energy to pick on people that weren't even at his level is, I mean, are you even a rapper? Because the point of the competition is to go at others who are on your level to prove that you're the best, right? If you pick on people who are still rookies in the game or still learning or haven't quite met it at that par yet, you know, to respond. I mean, I don't understand that. Like when Drake went at Kendrick and Kendrick went at Drake, they were at the same level last year. Kendrick won, and it didn't look good for Drake, and he fired off first. So the fact that this dude went at rappers or rappers who may have not been known yet, I don't even know if I don't have much respect for you after that, bro. I'm gonna be honest. He might be a well-known, highly respected artist right now in the game, but at this point of your career, doing that and going at bottom tier rappers, I can't respect you for that, bro. I can't pick on someone your own size.
Real competition. So of course, he had to diss RM and BTS. After BTS grew in popularity, the rapper was asked why he dissed them, but he just gave the microphone to his CEO, who answered for him, saying that rappers diss each other. In 2024, 10 years after he dissed RM and BTS, the rapper admitted he was too scared of going after a big group.
그때 그런 게 있었거든요. 왜 엑소는 안 건드리? 그때 솔직한 답변으로 엑소를 건드리면 죽을 것 같으니까.
And this is
You admitted this? Oh man, bro. Okay, now I'm getting vibes of like J. Cole. Oh my, and I love J. Cole, but J. Cole backed himself out because he didn't want no part of what Drake and Kendrick were gonna say at each other. He heard the things. He just was, so he backed himself away. He didn't want to be involved in the ugly dissing of each other that rappers, that them two were going to go at each other with, right? I can respect that. At the time, I was like, J. Cole backed out? Oh, he's scared. He don't want none of them. When we found out why he backed out, I'm like, okay, I understand. You just admitted that you couldn't hang with them. That's why you didn't go after them. But it doesn't help your case of going after people who are defenseless. They feel that same way about you. They're like, how are we supposed to go against him? He's a top rapper in the game right now. How can we compete with that? You picked on the little guy and you admitted this. And no, rappers don't diss each other. They diss each other when you better be willing to back it up. That's all I'm going to say. The culture here, well, at least hip hop here in the States, you diss somebody, you better expect a diss track to come back at you. It'd be different if you, like the way, I don't know if anybody's ever heard the Control verse from Kendrick Lamar. If not, I'll insert it right here.
I heard the barbershops being great debates all the time about who's the best MC, Kendrick, Jigga, and Nas. Eminem, Andre 3000, the rest of y'all, new niggas, just new niggas, don't get involved. And I ain't rocking no more designer shit. White tees and Nike Cortez, this red Corvette's anonymous. I'm usually homeboys with the same niggas I'm rhyming with. But this is hip hop and them niggas should know what time it is. And that goes for Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, J Electron, Tyler McMillan. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you niggas. They don't want to hear not one more noun or verb from you niggas. What is competition? I'm trying to raise the bar high. Who's trying to jump and get it? You're a better off trying to skydive.
That is friendly competition. To most people, they may be like, oh, Martin, he just dissed a whole bunch of rappers. No. At the time, he was telling rappers, as an upcoming artist, I'll go against any of y'all in friendly competition. I want to be the best, and I know to be the best, I got to get through y'all. On a respectful level, I have to beat y'all to get to where I want to be. That's what he was saying. No, what this dude sounded like, he just said, rappers don't just flat out diss each other unless they got a problem with each other. So for him to diss RM and Suga like that and BTS, to me, that's just blatant disrespect. He don't respect them and he don't like them. True rappers don't just diss anybody for no reason. No, it's a sport, yes, and you want to be the best, but it has to be known as friendly competition. I need to read these dudes' lyrics and actually see what he said, but rappers don't just blatantly disrespect and send diss tracks at people. They don't do that. It may have, his record may have sounded like the Kendrick one. I need to go back and maybe listen to it and find it to see if that's actually what it sounded like. It could have sounded exactly how Kendrick did it. And I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe it is friendly competition then. Maybe it was just friendly. But he just said rappers just diss each other, which leads me to believe that he flat out dissed him and was just picking on him because they weren't at a level that he was. Because he was scared to go after somebody else. I don't know. You let me know, but
thing I don't see a lot of people talking about. It's true that diss tracks are part of hip-hop, and RM and Suga know that very well, but consistently going after small rappers completely unprovoked while purposefully avoiding confronting rappers from your same level of fame, I would say it's at the very least lame. But
yeah.
This pattern is common because it works. Some attribute the downfall and disbandment of certain small groups to these unprovoked confrontations by bigger artists. Just keep this in mind. The big three didn't debut any groups in 2013. So out of all these 2013 small groups, only BTS survived. And in a way, surviving gave them even more trouble because as the unwelcome guests, everything and everyone was against them. People wouldn't call them by their names. They referred to them as those bulletproof best guys. So of course, the only opportunities networks gave the unwelcome guests came with false pretenses.
I would hate to be, y'all all call me Nurse Martin, which I absolutely love. That's probably one of my favorite nicknames. I didn't think I'd make a channel and be called Nurse Martin. Not a lot of people call me Level, which is fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Or they just call me Martin. I would hate to be addressed as the YouTuber guy with the mustache who wears a headband. Like, that's not my name. That's disrespectful. I hate that for them, bro. Oh my God, this is when Jimin ripped his shirt?
BTS was invited to perform a
Bora, you didn't cut it there. You should have shown him ripping the shirt at least. Bora, that's messed up. You got my feelings hurt. I was anticipating that and now just boom, crash. Not seeing that.
collaborative stage with a K-pop group 2 years their senior at the 2014 Mamas. However,
His
this
shirt was ripped right
was
there.
marketed as a confrontation, not as the friendly, collaborative stage they thought it would be. This trick came at the worst time for BTS. This was a somewhat small, stressful situation on top of a season full of false hope and disappointment. After the school trilogy, BTS prepared a project that put the future of their team on the line. Their first studio album, Dark and Wild, and its single, Danger. They went to the US to shoot their first show, American Hustle Life, while recording their album simultaneously in a garage. They
Boris Sis during the live stream was making comments about how upsetting this was. Kind of brings like tears to your eyes to see stuff like this. And bro,
recording their album simultaneously in a garage.
Look at that. It's honestly, as I'm with Boris though, and a lot of people who are in the comment section, as sad as this is, look how upsetting this is. This was their first studio, a garage with with headphones, probably one mic, speakers, and a computer for editing and recording. But sometimes when you're this hungry and this ambitious, that's all you need. You don't need the fancy equipment. You just need enough to get you started. But as sad and as much as seeing this hurts my damn heart, this is it just makes their story even better. I say all the time, and I'll continue to say it, when it all goes down at the end, BTS will have the greatest story ever told in music, outside of music history. This story, there are things that they've done or have had done to them that don't sound real and are real. But seeing this, where it all started or towards the beginning of their career and where it's at for them now is so inspirational. You can do anything you set your mind to. Look at what little they had and look what they turned it into. The dream is real as long as you believe it's real. You have to believe in yourself. This is how, honestly, I'm not going to compare myself to BTS in a sense of, because look at the fancy equipment that I have. This is how I feel about my channel at this time. I don't have much, but I'm proud of what I have. I'm proud of my subscribers. I'm proud of BTS that's in my life. It's enough for me, and I'm okay with it, and I'm proud of myself. I don't need all the hundreds and thousands and 200,000s and million subscribers. It would mean a lot to me. It'd be nice to grow the family. But having this as kind of my channel right now, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Because people tell me all the time, like, Martin, you deserve so much more. Hell, we watched the clip at the beginning. Even Bora was like, I don't understand how some people have 100,000 subscribers and who genuinely don't care about BTS, but you have someone like LV Loop who has only 6,000 subscribers. It's okay. The channel will grow and people will find me when the time is right. I'm okay with this. Is how I personally see myself, where I'm at in my YouTube career. And I'm okay with it. And the reason I make that comparison is because they're so inspirational, and I strive to have that success like BTS does, that if I set myself here, but if I have that ambition and dreams like they would, who knows what might happen. I hope to keep fighting and grow in my life like they did, from where they started as opposed to where I started, and where I might end in my career of YouTubing. It'll all work out. And I have faith because of BTS and what they've gone through.
They wrote, recorded, and selected songs more diligently than ever. They planned their hardest choreography and then changed it again and again to perfection. They shoot their show until 8 p.m., then they practiced their performances all night and went to the accommodations at sunrise, covered in sweat. They slept for some hours and then they started shooting again. They were so sleepy, they used to sneak into the bathroom to take naps. However, their big project didn't receive any nominations. Suga said, "We suffered so much for it, so why?" About this era, their book says, the grueling practice sessions leading up to the Mama performance were not solely because of the friendly competition. BTS was truly desperate. J-Hope says, all those performances for Danger were really exhausting. When we had that comeback with Danger, releasing the Dark and Wild album, we'd done about 20 music show pre-recordings and then went to a different program where they announced first place. We were told we had to be there, so we went up there live, completely out of it. Then it turned out we weren't even candidates for first place, which I think was a big shock. J-Hope's shock was not purely due to their performance on the rankings. V tentatively goes into further detail about the situation. It's fine if other teams are named as candidates for first place. We just need to work harder. But at the broadcasting stations, we'd always be the first to say hello and greet everyone, the seniors and the juniors alike. But some people just ignored us or passed right by, or mocked us for not being candidates for top place. After the broadcast, we all got into the van together. Someone was crying, someone was getting really mad, and someone just couldn't speak. That unspeakable disappointment and that tear-jerking emotion was too much. So their first podcast appearance served as some kind of trap. The multiple invitations to the winners' ceremonies also felt like traps, and their first collaborative stage was also a trap. Seniors made fun of them in front of the camera and behind the stage. Now it's the turn of the variety shows. BTS was finally getting...
Which is why when they won, look how shocked they are on their faces. Why would they believe it? Look how much they've been mocked. Look how badly they've been mistreated. Look, RM, I think RM only stood up out of like excitement, like, whoa, what? And then it sinks in for everybody like, we won? They didn't expect this to happen. And I can only imagine all the seniors who had been flat out disrespecting him. I'm just seeing, like, look at her reaction back here. It's on her face. Even this girl is like, whoa, this girl back here looks like, well, the way he turned around. I'm not saying that they were flat out disrespecting him. What I'm saying is, look how shocking it is to everybody else as well. BTS won? Especially if you were the seniors that were disrespecting him. Oh, you're pissed right now. You are flat out, like, pissed off. You were so frustrated and so mad. When they won their first time, and I remember seeing that off the Rise of Bang 10, I think I got a little teary-eyed. I remember the chills that I got. Why would they assume that they won? Why would they even think they won? They've been disrespected. Look at the hard work they just put in on this album, and it wasn't even nominated. Times like that would make me give up. That they didn't give up. They kept going. They worked even harder. And that's the thing that's also so inspirational. It's just the hard work and dedication. I've never seen it unlike this before. I've never seen it like this before. I don't care who you show me. I've never seen it like this. Seeing their reaction every time, it's priceless. I could watch it over and over and over again, and it would have the same impact on me.
Shows. BTS was finally getting some real recognition in 2015. The fandom was truly growing, so Jungkook had his first solo variety show appearance. Jungkook enthusiastically bought food and drinks for everyone as a gift. However, the cast rejected the food and made fun of Jungkook for buying it. They accused him of giving them leftovers.
먹다 남긴 느낌인데.
아니 새 거예요. 아 진짜 새 거예요.
The cast gave the
Bro, you gotta. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. What? I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this a day in my life. I don't even know how to react right now. My heart is pounding out of my chest, bro. I can feel my face just real hot. You know what makes this worse? Look at the look on his face. I just want to punt, bro. I can't. I think Bora briefly talked about this in the live stream, and I was at work. I was in and out, kind of. But I had to watch Bora's live stream. I'm so pissed off. You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Why? Why? Oh, ungrateful. Just ungrateful, bro. His face hurts my. Look how excited he is to be here.
Appearance. Jungkook enthusiastically bought food and drinks for everyone as a gift. However, the cast rejected the food and made fun of Jungkook for buying it. They accused him of giving them leftovers.
먹다 남긴 느낌인데.
아니 새 거예요. 아 진짜 새 거예요.
The cast gave the food back to Jungkook and walked away.
안 받았어. 이 꽃길이 무슨 길이냐? 자.
He's weird.
이거 치워라. 아 이거 뭐 이렇게.
Jungkook seems shyer than normal the rest of the episode. These are some comments about what happened. You're missing the point that it's variety. It is part of variety to be rude. It's Korean humor. Jungkook is not the first or the last to be quote-unquote disrespected on TV. It's variety. Let me repeat. It's variety. Acting rude is honestly one of the mildest things that could happen on Variety. I honestly wonder how would you guys have survived if this was second generation, where comments on Variety were straight up biting lots of times. And
Being rude's the norm. And you know, it could have happened. It couldn't have happened to any other person. It literally happened to JK, where at this time in his life, he was probably the most emotional in the group, the most sensitive. It happened to him.
And games were physical and taxing. And once again, I need to bring back the topic of this video. In this scenario, Jungkook is the junior. He is showing respect. He is bringing a gift. But the expectation from him is not just to show respect. It's also to accept humiliation, which he did the rest of the episode, showing no complaints. He even urged fans to stop voting for him. as to not offend the rest of the cast. Not long after this incident, BTS was invited to perform at the Busan One Asia Festival 2016. BTS were included in the promotions. ARMYs bought tickets and tuned into the online broadcast. However, at the last minute, the event posted a comment in the online broadcast which said, "Due to circumstances of the artist, BTS will not be appearing in today's broadcast." This was a lie. BTS had their makeup, outfits, and microphones ready. Their fans were there in the audience, but the show ended and BTS was completely cut. After the performers left the stage, BTS refused to leave, and they performed their full set in a stage with leftover confetti while no cameras were rolling. This type of fighting attitude as a response to bullying and mistreatment must have really pissed off the industry. Remember, the Big Three didn't create any groups in 2013, so no 2013 group should survive. But BTS was not just surviving, they started to become a real threat to their seniors. And
Fighting the industry, bro. That's kind of why, again, I hate to keep bringing him up because we're talking about BTS here. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar has always been an amazing talent, and has lots and lots of fans. But the popularity has grown over the I won't use Kendrick for an example because I can use more than one example. We'll use Eminem. A lot of people hated Eminem back in the day, but Eminem was addressing a lot of stuff about celebrities and about the industry who were getting praised by people when they shouldn't have been because of how evil they were. Now, don't get me wrong, Eminem wasn't a very perfect person either, but Eminem definitely was attacked. That's why so many celebrities and artists and other people in the industry hated him so much, is because he was bringing attention to the celebrities and stuff for who they are, who they really are, and what it is that they're doing, behind the scenes. That's why, they try to disrespect Eminem as much as they possibly could, and, make him look like to be a crazy man, who was just on drugs, because he was honest. And that's the thing, is him being on drugs was bringing out the honesty in him to talk about other celebs who were just, or people in the industry who just were good for nothings, but who were getting lots of praise still, So I had heard Bora kind of talk about this again as well. I was in and out of work, so it was hard to kind of pay attention, but I did remember this part. Them going onto the stage was killing people with kindness. The people who were mad at the fact that they did this, the company who turned off they had to go out there and dance to pretty much like hardly any lighting, hardly any background music, and the confetti all over the floor and stuff, and didn't let them perform. Them going out there to perform was killing them with kindness. And that's the number one revenge on this earth. You can do anything to get revenge on somebody. But always know that killing someone with kindness, and I know this to be true because of BTS now, is the biggest revenge you could ever get. Showing that it doesn't affect you. They went out there and showed like, all right, well, the show ended for them, but that don't mean it ended for us. I'm about to hop out here and go dance and go do my performance like I practiced. I didn't do all the hard work for nothing. I'm about to go out here and show it off. They didn't get any attitudes. They went up there, they did their thing with a smile on their face. And a hater and those that were disrespecting them can't stand to see that happen. And they did it. And it's the best revenge you could ever have.
in this context, it's important to understand the future hostility BTS will receive in the industry. BTS started outselling the biggest of the biggest groups in K-pop.
Good.
So the easiest thing was to accuse BTS of everything.
And look, the numbers weren't even close. Look at every bar that Bora was showing. Look at this bar. 3 million compared to second place, who's at 461,000. They just aren't outselling you. They're destroying you.
Big Three fans accused BTS of the illegal practice of sajegi, which basically means that they were buying their own albums. This was at a time when BTS's label didn't have the means to do something
Sure they
like
were.
this, especially to the point of outselling the Big Three. Big Three fans accused BTS of mocking the music of Big Three groups when they were just singing along to it. Big Three fans accused BTS of copying multiple Big Three groups, from outfits to common phrases. When BTS received their first music show win, when they held their own concerts, or had any special moments, Big Three fans join forces in movements of hate so big that BTS has addressed these campaigns multiple times. Just because BTS started outselling everyone, Big Three fans called award shows customer service and made petitions to the Blue House to investigate BTS and award shows. BTS was brought to court and they of course won their case. They organically outsold the Big Three. But
Wow.
many of their fans still believe that for some reason their groups were being sabotaged. You can easily find these fans.
Okay, so I've been asked to react to the BTS Hardships. Is this the video y'all are talking about? Is this 30-minute video right here by Celeste? If this is it, we'll get this out tomorrow on Friday. We'll get this out tomorrow. Hopefully I upload this video before midnight, but excuse me, I'm sorry. If I get this out early Friday morning after midnight, then we can put this out later today. Is this the video? Y'all let me know.
After all these petitions, BTS still won major categories at Mama 2017. And at the award show, a Big Three group cried. If you search for
Bro,
any
if you go back and look at that clip, you can see who's pissed off about it and who's not. Like, look at this back group back here. I mean, yeah, you want your people to win, but bro, the level of disgust like on these girls' faces and some of the people down here. Look at this dude down here. Bro.
And at the award show, a Big Three group cried. If you search for any of these videos, Big Three fans are still convinced in the comments that their favorite group was crying because they were robbed. Some accuse BTS of cheating, while others accuse the award show of being biased.
You lost.
and favoring
Just accept
BTS,
it.
ignoring that BTS simply had the biggest year any K-pop group had globally up until that point. Now you may think, who cares about baseless accusations by fans? This is just a fandom thing that went too far. If senior groups would not even acknowledge BTS backstage, do you really think they wouldn't join this hate train as well? The odds really are against them, but that's behind the scenes, so we don't know with certainty. What we know is that after the hate campaign started, as always, BTS continued fighting. They performed at the Gaon Music Chart.
I have to go back. Bora, I have to call you out. I'm sorry. And we should never assume, since BTS always avoids mentioning names. I remember Bora talking about this in the live stream. Bora, drop the names. I need to know the names. Drop the names. I know you know. Drop the names. I need it. Send me an email. Whatever the case. Find me on Insta. Whatever you got to do. I need to know the names. Drop the names, Bora. Drop the names.
Are against them, but that's behind the scenes, so we don't know with certainty. What we know is that after the hate campaign started, as always, BTS continued fighting. They performed at the Gaon Music Chart Awards in February of 2017. During their performance, the organizers at the event showed a very generic no-signal background, but apparently a Big Three artist used it first, specifically a YG artist. A YG stage producer then posted a picture of the background on her Instagram account with the caption, our hard work, and a puzzled emoji, insinuating that BTS's stage is YG's hard work. BTS copied them. The family of two of the members of the YG group liked the post, which motivated Big Three fans to accuse BTS even harder. Now, it was not just fan wars. The family and producers of Big Three groups were then involved, and no statement from Big Hit or the award show themselves clarifying that BTS was not in charge of the background could stop it.
방탄소년단.
방탄소년단. 방탄소년단.
방탄소년단.
방탄소년단.
방탄소년단.
BTS. BTS.
BTS started 2017 with this terrible situation, but as I've mentioned, their attitude of never letting others stop them finally started paying off. In 2017, BTS became the first Korean group to receive a nomination at the Billboard Music Awards. They attended and won, so that year they had their American TV debut at the American Music Awards. Now the roles start to shift. the ones with popularity, money, power, and sometimes even seniority are BTS. Big three groups were then losing major awards for the first time ever. And despite their losses, they somehow managed to be the big ending performance at award shows, leaving audiences confused as to why the actual biggest group was not getting the biggest stage. But most times, big three groups would simply boycott the shows. If they are not given awards, they are not attending and they are not performing, sometimes making their company's juniors protest with them. Now, while at the top, BTS continues choosing to do something I don't know I could do. They choose to forgive. After that, underground rapper turned K-pop idol dissed RM, BTS, and other small rappers. RM met him backstage and they high-five. Although they are not friends, they really do seem fine with each other.
디스하고 하셨고
네.
RM님도 바비님의 의도를 알기 때문에 맞받아서 맞디스 해주고 하면서
네네.
재밌는 그림이 나왔는데
그렇죠.
In 2021, BTS was invited.
But I think, okay, so again, from a level back to the disrespect there, the part that he's talking about, RM gave him a high five for a reason. One, he either saw it the way that it was, like I said, I don't know how this dude's verse sound. I'm just going based off of what he said, how he said it, and what he said. I'm not going off the lyrics. I can go back and react to the lyrics and say, was it like the Kendrick thing where it was like, I want to beat all of y'all? But the thing about it is like Kendrick went at people who were at the time like above his level to show like, again, I got to beat y'all to get to where I want to be. Homie was going at people who were at lower levels than he was and trying to diss them. That's completely different in my opinion. But RM reacted in a sense of, all right, you want it, you got it. That's why RM high-fived him. That's why RM showed him the respect. He's like, all right. It's like, my number's been called. This is my chance. So I'm not going to punk out like everybody else and be like, oh my God, how am I supposed to compete with them? I'm RM, baby. I'm Rap Monster. You want these bars, you can come and get it. Maybe I need to go and listen to that diss track. I need to listen to it
to the
if there
variety
is
show
one.
hosted by the comedian who rejected Jungkook's food and made him feel uncomfortable. Jungkook reached out to him privately before the show, and during the actual show, they laughed and hugged.
덤을 써준 것 같아요, 진짜.
나쁜 표현은 늙었다.
아니, 저는 그렇게 표현한 적이 없습니다. 저는
듣기 전에도 제가 문자 드렸어요.
Although his brother added fuel to the fire by liking that plagiarism post, BTS seems to be okay with this singer. Jimin even collaborated with him. TV networks that mistreated BTS are now apologizing. That underground rapper who insulted them in their first podcast appearance asks for forgiveness every couple of years to get some attention because he always retracts his apology. And on top of everything, celebrities we thought never had problems with BTS are now jokingly telling the members in their own show that they also disrespected them back in the day. Every year, there's a reconciliation with no real public apology. Having mistreated BTS in the past and being good with them now is almost an achievement.
They're either, so yeah, to me, they're either doing this for gain, for themselves, which again, this is how I kind of started earlier, or two, like the host of that show that didn't accept JK's food and disrespected him. Yeah, he knows that Army alone could be, you know, if he never apologizes or he never gets on good terms with JK, that could really take damage to his career. The power of Army is absolutely ridiculous, that we can make things happen. And last thing you need is backlash of your show, bad reviews or whatever, because you feel the need to continue to disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. I don't know. But like I said, you want to fight, Army will give you one. We can make things happen. We can make things move if we wanted to. There's so many of us. It's a literal army. We got power to do a lot of things. Make certain moves, change things in a certain direction. Yeah. So to me, all these apologies are for either personal gain moving forward, or I need to cover my butt and apologize before things get worse or go in a bad direction.
Something to be jealous of.
너무 부럽다.
But what about the feelings of that small group crying in their car after being humiliated on TV and behind the scenes time and time again? What about the hundreds of groups being bullied to disbandment because of unprovoked confrontations started by way bigger performers? It's amazing and incredibly mature that the BTS members are continually choosing to forgive and move on, even purposefully hiding the identities of the idols who mocked them in their debut years. But what comes as extremely difficult to process as fans is the overall feeling that comes with this new performative respect given to BTS. And I'm saying performative because many times this respect comes with this backhanded compliment of "I show you respect because you have power, not because I actually respect you as an artist or person." When celebrities talk about BTS, how many times have we heard, "How can you say that? Armies are going to kill you. I didn't mean it this way. Please don't come after me."
잠깐만 뭐야? 나 BTS를 진짜 좋아하는데. 나 잠깐만.
선배님이 경고했잖아. BTS 선배님 얼굴은 다 외워.
This attitude is not new. Remember that the big three rapper didn't diss his actual competition, not because he respected them, but because he was afraid of their power. So when celebrities start showing that they are okay with BTS despite past controversies, they keep highlighting the idea of respect because of power and not because of actual respect. It feels not genuine, and sometimes it's proven to be not genuine.
Yeah.
Sometimes apologizing to BTS gives someone attention. It creates jealousy. So how can we even begin to distinguish which one is genuine? And also, should we even think about it? I've noticed that the BTS fandom is very welcoming to anyone who associates with BTS. It doesn't matter if they are famous singers, song producers, backup dancers, or interviewers. This is an overall good attitude. But we need to remember that at the end of the day, this is an industry. The mainstream entertainment industry doesn't always have the exact same type of dynamics between juniors and seniors that K-pop has. But the idea of respect because of power and not because of actual respect exists as well. And just because someone working with BTS treats them nicely or compliments them non-stop doesn't mean that they are friends or that they truly like BTS's work. I'm not the one saying this. BTS is. RM said, "We run into several kinds of artists overseas. There's a kind who are like, 'Oh, you guys are famous these days. Good job, I guess. Go for it,' and seem to look down on us a little. And those who are all business and go, 'I really want to do a song with you.' And then there's a third category of people who are oddly positioned between those two. As an exception to these three categories, RM mentions Chris Martin of Coldplay. And by the way, this is the only friendship BTS had a section for in their book. Knowing BTS's story, it's normal for fans to highlight the good interactions. It's nice to see that after everything they
Yo, they never dropped that Khalid collaboration, did they? We need that. If they haven't, we need that collaboration. I don't know where Khalid, he kind of just fell off the face of the earth, if we're being completely honest. Yeah, he kind of stopped making music a little bit. I mean, he drops like a song here or there, but we need that collab. We need that collab.
went through, BTS are finally receiving respect and common decency. But the respectful interactions we see on camera
Post
aren't
Maloney.
always what they look like. And I believe we shouldn't be pressured to thank,
real?
celebrate, and follow the other celebrity for being respectful. Unless I'm an actual fan of their work, I'm not following anyone who says hello to BTS.
Yeah, no.
But that's just me.
Love this song, bro. Snooze.
At the end of the day, the BTS members are the ones deciding to move on. They are finally in the position to brush off the bad interactions, accept the superficial ones, and forgive the old ones. And one of the reasons they want to move on is because they want to stop juniors and small artists from going through what they went through. BTS never pretends their juniors don't exist. BTS greets everyone around them. BTS doesn't reject their juniors' gifts. They are the ones giving them. BTS gives their juniors encouraging words. Some idols are even surprised that BTS would be kind, which makes me wonder how other seniors interact with their juniors.
They changed the whole narrative.
너무 저희한테 친절하게 해주셔서 제가 너무 감동받았었어요. 저희 무대도 칭찬해 주시고 악수도 하고.
But what we know for sure is that BTS is purposefully using their seniority and fame to change the experience of junior idols.
아니 선배님이랑 진짜 사실 이렇게 대화할 기회가 없으니까
그냥 말 걸면 되는데.
아 이게 말을 못 걸겠어요. 저도 선배님들한테 다가가기가 좀 어렵다고 해야 되나? 저 사실 너무 긴장하고 왔거든요. 왜요?
그 누구보다도 후배들이 오면 상담을 많이 해주는 편이에요.
사실 형한테 너무 감사한 게 그렇게 챙겨주시는 형이 형밖에 없어요. 형한테도 물어봤었어요. 형 왜 그렇게 저희를 챙겨주세요? 약간 형이 우리 아니면 너한테 이런 얘기를 누가 해줘?
우리는 선배가 없었잖아. 선배가 없었고 너무 힘들고 근데 우리는 물어볼 때도 없었고 내가 안 챙겨주면 누가 챙겨주지라는 생각이 좀 많았었거든.
사실 이런 선배님이 많이 없다고 생각해요. 찐으로 너무 감사하고 형한테 대인배라고 느껴지는 모먼트가 있잖아요. 취향이 얘기했던 대로 나는 그럴 사람이 없었다. 근데 본인은 해주잖아요. 나도 저런 선배가 돼야겠다.
Sugar, bro, you got. They're doing this because everything that they've gone through, they never want another person to ever feel like that again. Look at all the artists younger than them that are coming up and look up to them and stuff like that and acknowledge how sweet BTS is to them. Again, they're trying to change the narrative. They're trying to change, or not the narrative, they're trying to change the idea of how the culture is, and they want to flip it into a more positive and beautiful one. Treating everyone with respect, regardless of your seniors and juniors. Who cares? We should all love and respect one another. And nobody was ever there for them. Now they want to be there for everybody else. Only them, only BTS could have done it.
나한테 돌려줄 필요는 없고 후배들한테 이렇게 넘어가면
That's what I'm saying.
공식적으로 하고 싶은 얘기가
Pass it
저희
on.
형들이랑 선배를 뒀잖아요. 당연히 선배님들이 본인들 입으로 얘기하지 않으시겠지만 진짜 이런 사람들이 없다니까요, 세상에 그냥.
Here's some of the translation of one of the many BTS songs about the dynamic between juniors and seniors and how they want to change it. It could be a strenuous journey. The path I walked may have looked like it's made of flowers, but know that it was a thorny one, with enemies surrounding on all sides. I hope you never forget those who throw flowers onto your path for you. When you're smiling, don't ever forget about those who are crying, because it's your smile that helps them live through the day. When the repetitive schedules erase you, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a brief rest. Cry out loud when you become to hate the world. When the hands that used to greet you turn into fingers pointed at you. You surviving on snoozes to get closer to your dream. It's okay to rest. Today at least, don't even dream. When you silently show me a faint smile, only then I feel a little relieved. This place is a war zone without gunshots. Your peers are your enemies. The brutal yet beautiful good and evil, determined by numbers. When I fail to kill someone else, I become the one to die. Why do I have to kill someone when this scene is not a boxing ring? I hope you never laugh at someone else's misfortune, because you never know if you'll find yourself in the same situation. Behind you, growing a dream while watching me. I'll always be standing, so don't worry too much. If you're afraid of falling, I'll gladly catch you. So don't suffer like I did.
Dream. She ended that perfectly. Hey, there's me. She ended that perfectly, bro. Bora's videos, bro. Bora's videos are always sick. Alrighty, y'all. That's gonna go to right there. This is gonna be a long episode, so I do apologize, but I hope you guys enjoy. I think I got a lot of anger out that I didn't even know I had. Bora, your videos always do something to me, man. Thank you for teaching me. Through your videos, the knowledge that I obtain because of you, thank you. Your content is 1 in a million, that's for sure. And glad to have you a part of my journey, because your videos and stuff like that have been a great help. So thank you. Shout out to the Level Up family. That's going to go to right there, folks. Make sure to hit that like button. Comment down below. And subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. And until next time, Peace.